We start the process of cracking the WPA, and you're going to see how it's done. Because we already captured the handshake file, and we also need a word list, as we have discussed before. So in order to find a word list or create a word list, and remember a word list is like a list of possible passwords, we're going to have to do some research, and we have some alternatives as well. So what I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you a tool that can be used in order to generate word lists automatically. All you got to do is just supply some inputs, like how many characters you want, or what kind of characters you want as well, like ABC, do you want ABC, don't you want ABC, or do you want numbers, or don't you want numbers? So if you give these inputs, the tool that I'm talking about is going to create a possible list of passwords for you, and you can use this. And again, it can get dirty in this case because there might be like a limitless possibilities of passwords, and we're going to talk about alternatives. Don't worry about it. But right now, I just want to show you how to use this tool. So I'm going to open the Google from my host machine because I cannot connect to the internet using Kali Linux, I believe, right now. So the tool that I'm talking about is called Crunch. So you don't have to go over here. The Crunch should be in your Kali Linux already. And this is a tool, I believe it's written in C. Yeah. So this is a tool that generates some characters, some random characters. And by random, I mean you give the parameters and it will just find out all the possibilities for the given input and list it for you. And you can actually brute force a network in order to understand the password of it. So I'm not interested in the codes of the Crunch. I'm interested in the usage of the Crunch. So I'm going to search for Crunch password generator. So yeah, let's go into the Kali.org. As you can see, this is one of the tools that comes pre-installed with Kali. And here you go. So as you can see, the usage is very easy. So we start with Crunch and we specify the numbers, like we want a 6 character, and we want these characters to be present in the word list. Okay, and we specify the output over here. So all we gotta do is just use these comments in order to create a word list. Of course, this can get a little bit dirty, as I said before, because as you can see, this actually takes input of the characters that we can use in order to find some probabilities, like create a word list. But if you get too wide in your parameters, then you're gonna get like a very big file that you shouldn't be practically working with. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to run Crunch and make sure that it's installed in my Kali Linux. If it's not installed, you can just go for apt install Crunch. And I'm going to go for Crunch 89. It means that just generate me some strings, some text between 8 characters and 9 characters. You can go for 20 characters. You can go for 50 characters. But it will take too much space. Like it will take terabytes or maybe more space in your computer. It won't be practical. And later on, I'm just going to say X, Y, 1, 2, 3, for example, because I want to have possibilities that there are 8 characters or 9 characters containing only X, Y, and 1, 2, 3 characters. And finally, you can say that -O and just give it a name, okay, like testwordlist.txt, or you can just call it test word list. So if you do that, it will create 8 character and 9 character text that has the X, Y, and 1, 2, 3 inside of it. So as you can see, even though I specified very little thing over here, it got to 21 megabytes. So test word list is over here. So let me try to cat this. It means that we're going to print out the result. You can just write cat test word list. Okay. So it will just read what's inside of the test word list. And here you go. As you can see, it generates this. So X, Y, and 1, 2, 3. It combines those characters and it generates every possible 8 character and 9 character combinations of that. And as you can see, it's a lot. It's already a lot. It's a lot, like 20 megabytes. And if I had given like 8 to 21 characters, then it would got much more bigger, right? So it's not very convenient actually. So you're going to have to narrow down possibilities in this case. So you might think that, yeah, you know that your password actually contains X, Y, and 1, 2, 3. That's why I have chosen X, Y, 1, 2, 3. I know that because if I had chosen everything from the A to the Z, then it would create like terabytes of data. And even if I had chance to store that, it will take so much time for my computer to test it. So don't worry about this. We're going to get into that later on and show you some alternatives. But as I said before, it's not very easy to crack the WPA. Okay, it was very easy to crack the WPA, right? It's not very easy to do that with WPA. You're going to have to try and try and try in order to crack this. So we have the handshake file, okay, the .cap file. So right now I can just go for a crack ng and make sure that handshake file, .cap file, and your test word list are on the same folder, and this same folder that you're running there, crack ng. So you should see this with ls. And in order to give the test word list as input, you have to write -w like this. So make sure you get this right, or you can pause the video and just see what's going on. And here you go. It already started to crack this, and as you can see, time left is 13 minutes. Even though I provided very little input, like X, Y, 1, 2, 3, it's gonna take like 14 or 13 or 15 minutes, depending on my CPU and GPU and RAM and everything, okay? And we're gonna have to wait it. So it's gonna try the it's gonna try until it finds the XXXYY 1, 2, 3, which is my password, and when it finds it, it's gonna show me, yeah, I found it. And by the way, if you cannot actually see, or if you cannot actually find the password, even though you know that password is on the word list, then there should be something wrong with your handshake file, okay? If this fails, then it means that you didn't get the right handshake file. So you're gonna have to go back to the aerodump ng step, capture the handshake file one more time, and try with that handshake file for yourselves, okay? So this is going to have to work because I know my password. I know this XXXYY and 1, 2, 3 should be in that list because it creates all the possibilities with combinations, and this should work. But I'm gonna have to wait it. So since it has like 12 or 13